don't give a fuck what you say. She eat it like a Batman, nigga. Whoop a nigga like I'm Batman, nigga. I just put up in the Batmobile. The reason I ain't fucking with these rap ass niggas cause they cap ass niggas and their raps ain't real. Believe me, you wanna keep your life, you take it easy.
I don't want to spoil anything, but yes, we do in fact get an early video this week. Yeah, cunts. Happy early Thanksgiving. With all the games tomorrow, I felt like it was right that we do the power rankings here on Wednesday evening. So, welcome to the show, week 12. Man, oh man, what a time to be alive. We do have one team that's officially clinched the playoff berth, so congratulations. You know who you are. We'll get there when that time comes. Two teams pretty much have clinched the playoff spot, but they haven't technically yet, but they're really close. And a lot of really close things going on. Obviously, we had so many close games last week. One of them involved me. I was very pissed. It was one of the most useless receptions in the history of NFL football. And fucking Chris Godwin. I never liked Chris Godwin anyway, and this does not help this case. I still like you, Brewster, but I fucking hate Chris Godwin. So, ranking time. Number 14 for another week. O.J. Simpson the Butcher. O'Leary, 4-7 on the year. He does have DJ Moore, who had a really good week for him. He also has Chris Claypool. Chris Claypool. That's not his name. Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool was on his bench, though. And O'Leary is playing Richie this week. Moving on, number 13, Lou, dropping down one spot. He is 3-8 this year. He has Mike Davis for another week, because Mike Davis should probably be a top 20 play, because CMC is out. I'm really thirsty. Devontae Parker, also a very good week for Miami. I believe Tua is going to be a starter again for Miami, but I did see that he injured his finger today in practice, so we'll see what happens there. And Lou is playing Eric this week. Moving on, number 12, Judge Judy. Brewster jumping up one spot from the 13. He's 4-7. He beat me this week on, I promise you, literally the most useless reception in the history of NFL football. And then Brady threw an interception on the next play. I don't like Tom Brady. I have respect. I have so much respect for him, but I don't like Tom Brady. I fucking hate Chris Godwin. I really like Mike Evans. But all I need to do is for Godwin and Robert Woods to not go crazy. And they literally both went crazy. So that's how I'm highlighting. Robert Woods and Godwin both went crazy. And Brewster plays Danny this week. Still a chance for the playoffs for young Brewster. And number 11, Easy E. Eric, 4-7. Also a chance in the playoffs. He stays consistent at the 11 spot. He has Phyllis Rivers, who had a good week last week. Also, Michael Thomas. He's back in the lineup, and Michael Thomas looked good. Maybe Taysom Hill was the guy that he needed to start throwing him slant routes. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to throw slant routes to Michael Thomas, though. I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying I could do it, but I'm saying that like a below average quarterback to average quarterback could probably do it. And Eric plays Lou this week. Number 10, bye week. Cody, 5-6 on the year. He's dropping out 2 spots from the 8. More than a Thielen. More than a Thielen. Very good wide receiver, obviously, for the Vikings. He might not play this week, though, but had a really good week last week. All he does is catch touchdowns. And then Mike Williams. I was playing him in another league, and so I got to watch him like absolutely torch secondary, and Mike Williams looked awesome for the Chargers. And Cody plays me this week. Moving on, number 9, Barclays Premier League. Elliott dropping down 2 spots. He's 5-6 on the year. Speaking of the Vikings receiving core, Justin Jefferson is an absolute beast. I love Justin Jefferson. And if Dylan doesn't play this week, you would conceivably think that a lot of balls are going to come Jefferson's way. Hopefully he catches them. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Dylan, I think, helps out Jefferson a lot because it takes pressure off of him, but we'll see. And then Rodrigo Blankenship, also known as Specs, one of the best kickers in the NFL now as a rookie. I wanted to highlight him. He had a really good week for the Colts as well. I think he had 4 field goals. And Elliott is playing lip-off this week. Number 8, jumping up 2 spots from the 10 spot, Liberty Pigskin Pimp, 6-5 on the year. Corey Davis had a really good week for him. Tim Patrick as well had a good week on the bench for Troy, but a good week for him. And he is highlighted in the matchup of the week. Troy is playing Porter. There is a matchup between our number 1 and number 2 seed, but those teams are basically already in the playoffs, so I didn't highlight that matchup. This matchup is extremely essential for the playoffs. Both these teams are fighting hard for a playoff spot, so I thought I would highlight this one. The winner of this will almost certainly pretty much have a playoff spot just about locked up. I used a lot of double negatives there, so hopefully you guys can figure out what I meant to say there. Number 7 is Under the Influence. Porter, 6-5 on the year, lost a heartbreaker by 1 point this week. He is 6-5 as well. Travis Kelce, though, is really good at football. The Raiders were like, hey, probably the best receiver on the Chiefs receiving core. Let's just leave him wide the fuck open to win the game. So that was cool by them. And also Balaj, good game for the Chargers. His stock might have just ran out, though, because Austin Eckler is probably back this week. Hallelujah. Very excited about that because Eckler is a beast, and I have a lot of shares of him. Obviously, Porter plays Troy because that's our matchup of the week. Moving on, number 6, dropping down to one spot, Run CMC. As I mentioned, I had an absolute heartbreaker. It would have been really nice to get a fucking win, but I am 5-6 on the year with the 3rd most points in the league, which is absolutely fantastic. The Saints defense was really good for me, though. I love to see that out of them. And then Curtis Samuel had a good week. If I would have started his bitch ass this week, I would have won. Literally over anybody else, I would have won, which is great. I played Cody this week. Number 5, making a big jump, double D cups. Richie from the 9 spot. He's 6-5 on the year. Deontay Johnson starting to become his guy, looking to have a really good season. And then Dallas Goedert, a really good start for him. He had a really massive game for Philly. And Richie's playing O'Leary this week. Number 4, Chubb on. Danny, 6-5 on the year, staying consistent at that number 4 spot. He has Nelson Aguilar on his bench. I completely get it. He's super inconsistent. But Aguilar sometimes balls. It's kind of intriguing, and I don't really understand it. But he does sometimes ball. And Derek Carr likes to throw the ball to him. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Speaking of the Raiders, let's talk about Raiders. Because he also has Waller the Baller. Waller the Baller looked really, really nice for the Raiders as well. A really quality tight end for Derek Carr and John Gruden. Danny plays Brewster this week. Moving on, number 3, Honey Badger. No shit's given football club. 7-4 on the year, dropped down one spot from the 2. He has Keenan Allen, who is on an absolute mission ever since he's had Justin Herbert. He had 16 motherfucking catches last week. 16. I don't know if Lipoff has caught 16 balls in his entire life. I'm going to say it. And also, Lipoff has Deshaun Watson, who's having a low-key, really, really good year this year. People aren't talking about it because the Texans suck, but Deshaun Watson's having a really good year this year. Lipoff is playing Elliott this week. Moving on, number 2, jumping up one spot, Herbert the Pervert, Galley, 7-4 on the year. Herbert, yeah, he is really good at football and probably a shoe-in to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year now that Burrow went down. And then Tyreek Hill had an amazing week once again, over 100 yards, touchdown, looked really good. He plays Harris, which I'm telling you would have been the matchup of the week, but Troy and Porter seem to be more important for that playoff push. Galley and Lipoff have pretty much clinched a playoff spot. They haven't yet, but if either one of them win, or if they get a loss from any of the 5 and 6 teams, literally any of them, then they're in. So we have 2 weeks left. So they probably will clinch next week. I mean, they might not, but based on how things are going, they probably will. And then number 1, the only team that has clinched so far, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Harris continues his absolutely historic regular season, 9-2 on the year. Edwards-Helaire had a fantastic season, or he has had a fantastic season, but a fantastic week last week. And then Michael Pittman, a really good week for the Indianapolis Colts. I really like Michael Pittman. If we had a Dynasty League, I'd be an even bigger fan of him. Michael Pittman's a stud. And then Harris is playing Galley this week. So congratulations, Harris, on clinching a playoff berth. I don't know how many times you made the playoffs. Did you make it last year? Let me know if you made it last year. But congratulations. I mean, you're going to have probably a number 1 seed because you have a lot of points this year, too, and there's only 2 weeks left. So you probably have clinched up the number 1 seed. If you win this week against Galley, it's guaranteed. So Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is 1. Herbert the Pervert is 2. Honey Badger No Shit's Given Football Club is 3. Chubb on is 4. Double D Cups is 5. Run CMC is 6. Under the Influence is 7. Liberty Pigskin Pimps is 8. Barclays Premier League is 9. Bye Week is 10. Easy E is 11. Judge Judy is 12. Rug Muncher is 13. And OJ Simpson, the Butcher, is 14. That's all I got. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, you lads. And I hopefully will see you guys next week virtually. Hope you guys have just a wonderful holiday. Enjoy it with the people that you care about. And enjoy football. Enjoy food. Have a nap. Have a shit. Just have yourself a really nice day. I'll see you guys next week. Commish out.